Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. So it seems Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia's, as far as their endless war of words, could finally be turning to in-ring action. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, I got Tank winning, all right? But some people are saying Ryan Garcia will beat Tank. Anything's possible. It's boxing. But the fact is this, okay? It's been a disappointing last few weeks in the world of boxing. With everything going on, okay? Huge fights such as Tyson Fury versus AJ not happening. Eddie Hearn, he can say what he wants. He didn't want that damn fight. He wants AJ to come back and get an easy win, like AJ's supposed to be fighting Chris Arreola. At least that's the name being thrown out there. So I got to do a video on that, but I want to get something more definitive. Then Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben, that was a big one for us, especially for me. Like I was really looking forward to that fight because I like watching Eubank Jr. fight. I like watching him fight, and to me, he kind of fights like Roy Jones now. Like he's really learned the Roy Jones style, and he's looked damn impressive in his last couple of fights. But when that fight fell through for the aforementioned reasons in other videos, I'm not going to get into that. It seems that now Davis and Ryan Garcia, the Flash, that they could be here to save the day. And I think this is going to be an entertaining fight because these guys are they're superstars, they're power punchers, they're great boxers, they have a nice presence, and they're big names. Both of them compete between lightweight and super lightweight. And they're two of the biggest names in the sport. Not just their division, their weight division, in the sport of boxing. So we know that, for years, the two of these guys have clashed a number of times on social media. And it's always seemed inevitable at some point that they would get in the ring because they're similar weight, skill level, popularity, even their amateur records are damn near identical. And following Garcia's most recent KO over Javier Fortuna, he called out Tank. And Tank just said, hey, I'll see you at the end of the year. Then, most recently, they came together face-to-face in a nightclub, which could have definitely turned to a brouhaha because Tank's a hothead, but Ryan seemed to have managed to de-escalate the situation by not feeding into Tank's aggressiveness, which I think was very mature of Ryan Garcia. But what happened as far as the brief altercation, Garcia just said he saw Tank in the club. And he says, Tank is a tough guy. He went up to his table and said, are we going to make the fight happen or something along those lines? He said Tank got offended by that, got all worked up, and he asked Ryan Garcia, like, ain't no respect here, and Ryan Garcia says no respect there, and they both, I guess, were saying they don't respect each other. Then all of a sudden, Tank, gets all emotional, grabs Ryan Garcia's chain, but Ryan Garcia said he wasn't worried about that. There were so many guards and security guards there. He said he knew that Tank wasn't going to take his chain or do anything really. Tank was just trying to act tough. And you know what? Ryan Garcia, I don't know what he was looking for going up to Tank, if he really wanted to fight, but sometimes you just have to be a little bit smarter, But, excuse me, he got away with it. He dodged the bullet because, I'll tell you what, if Tank didn't have all this crap going on in the courts right now, because you guys know Tank's going to jail, right? So, I think if Tank wasn't in the situation he's in with the legal system, I think Tank would have punched Ryan in the face. But Tank can't afford to make any mistakes because he's going to the joint in December. So I'm not sure if this fight is a done deal. If they want to do the fight before he goes to court, I don't know. But I'm telling y'all right now, Tank's going to the joint. If you're wondering why, go look at the video I did on Tank Davis. That judge rescheduled that hearing so she can sentence his ass to jail. And that's very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay. But what we do know is that it seems like there's some cryptic messages going on between him and Tank and Ryan, where they're both saying done deal. So it looks like they sorted it out. So all the outer ring antics are over because both of them hinting that they're going to be getting in the ring in December. That's what we need to hear. That's what we need to hear, man. And I think it's going to be a good thing for boxing. I gotta do actually fight breakdown for Garcia and Tank, where I can actually try to paint the picture based on what they do great in the ring, and see who should have the edge. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I think the edge right now I would say goes to Tank Davis, and the reason is because of that damn equalizer he has and his awareness in the ring. But that left hand is deadly. But Ryan's left hook is deadly too. But I just feel Ryan Garcia, and it's not just him, this is for any boxer. When you're bouncing from trainer to trainer to trainer, right? I don't see how you get any better. This isn't like playing basketball where you're with the trainer and for whatever reason there's some issues and you can go to another trainer and they're working on your offense or they're working on your defense. But it's pretty much you got a ball and there's only a few different dribbles you can do with it. Between the legs, behind the back, in and out, from left hand to right hand, crossover. There's only certain things you can do to manipulate the ball. But with boxing, the different coaching styles can be so vastly different and can cause a boxer who does certain things instinctively because there's muscle memory there and they've been conditioned to fight away. When they break lock with that original trainer and go to another trainer, they can almost seem confused in that first fight. And then a guy like Ryan Garcia, who started training with Reynoso and started looking very good after training over in the Canelo camp, broke lock with those guys and headed over to Joe Goosen. Looked totally lost in that first fight where he fought with him, where he fought the African guy. Second fight, he got in there with Fortuna. I think it was more or less Fortuna just not being able to lose all the weight and just coming in for a paycheck, more so than what Ryan Garcia was doing. But he did look a little bit better, but he still looked a little lost and unsure of himself and more or less trying to make a conscious effort to do what what he's being told and what he was trained to do, opposed to it coming naturally and instinctively because it's not something he's been doing his whole life. Tank Davis been with the same trainer and everything since he's been a freaking kid. Okay? So Tank Davis isn't going to get in the ring and be hesitant, reluctant, confused. He's going to go with the confidence. He's just going to do things instinctively. Case in point, when he fought Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero was giving Tank Davis the business. I don't care what you say. Rolly Romero was giving Tank Davis the business. But Tank Davis stayed calm, did what he's been doing since he's been a little kid with the same trainer, same voice, same drills, same everything. And then Rolly came in and Tank just, kind of stepped aside a little bit and let go of the left hand and got him out of there. So I think that's the reason why I give Tank the advantage in this fight. But height-wise, Ryan Garcia's got the advantage. Speed, I don't know, man. Maybe Ryan Garcia, but Tank has fast hands too. Power, they both have power, but you got to get the edge to Tank. But I think what gives Tank the advantage in this fight is that he hasn't been bouncing around with different trainers, trying to figure things out, and Tank keeps his chin tucked. Ryan still doesn't tuck his chin. That's a problem. But when you guys are talking about Ryan's height and how's Tank going to negate Ryan's height, let me just go ahead and quickly answer that for you. Tank's been fighting guys much taller than himself since he's been a little kid. Ryan is nothing new to him. He's been knocking those guys out for years. Ryan Garcia is going to come in there. He's going to have some opportunities. But I just think with Tank Davis being a southpaw, that's going to create a nightmare for Ryan Garcia. When Ryan's trying to let go of his hook or his little fast jab or whatever he's doing, Tank's just going to sit there, man, and be patient, get in and out, pop shot him, and at some point, Tank's going to close the distance. And we're going to have a huge problem in that ring for Ryan. Ryan's going to get knocked out cold. And Tank's just going to keep going on. See, what Tank is doing, right? a lot of people give Tank a little bit of stick because they say he's not fighting top fighters. Tank is going to fight easy fights, okay? Probably 3, 4, 5, 6 easy fights, then take a big name. 3, 4, 5, 6 easy fights and take a big name. Because Mayweather and Ellaby, whether you like those guys or not, they don't want Tank fighting those kind of guys because there's no need to go in there, put him at risk of taking serious damage when they can put him in there to make the same money that he make fighting an elite fighter, fighting a C-level fighter, take no damage, and they can break the bank. Sell out pay-per-view, sell a whole lot of pay-per-view, sell out arenas. Because Floyd Mayweather's like, I've been there, I've done that. The belts are nice to have, but they don't mean anything. Sanctioning bodies are just robbing boxers. So he's not letting Tank go that route. Yes, Tank could beat the champions at 135, 130, and 140. But they're not going to sit there and put him in a bunch of those super hard fights because they want to just keep building him financially. They want their goal is to make Tank Davis a billionaire. Now, these are Leonard Ellaby's words and Mayweather's words because it blew my mind when they said that. But I know that Mayweather has been speaking like that for years. He would go fight guys, win the belt, and never take it. He was like, I'm not paying all them fees to those guys for a belt. He didn't even want the belt. And half the time he go into the fight, it wasn't even for a title. He just would go and win. You know? So I agree with what they're doing with Tank. But at the same time, I know that young man wants championships and he wants to create legacy. And he wants the competition. But at the end of the day, if you could put Tank in there to fight a Pedraza type guy, make $15 million, why not? You know, why not? But, excuse me, like there's some trouble over there in paradise between Tank and his team. But nevertheless, Ryan Garcia, I would consider that a big fight for Tank. He's a big name. There's going to be big money involved. And it's a pretty close fight, but I got to give Tank the edge. But after he clips Ryan Garcia, do not expect to see Tank fighting no damn Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. He's going to go fight a bunch of guys who are probably in the top 15, probably beat some names you don't know of, and he'll go in there, man, and break the bank, making between $8 and $20 million, and just sail off into the sunset. However, we got to see how long he's going to be sent to the joint, because I know he's going to the joint. It's just how long, and hopefully it's not too long to where it really adversely affects his career. So more to come on Tank and Ryan. Looks like there's some kind of cryptic message that the two of them have agreed to fight. I would say there's something there because De La Hoya has finally shut up, hasn't he? He's not talking anymore. Leonard Ellaby, Floyd Mayweather, they've shut up. Nobody's talking anymore, right? Nobody's on Twitter saying things. So that forces me to believe that, or leads me to believe that there's some truth to this fight being agreed to. But we'll see what comes out of it. But again, I got Tank winning that fight right now. I just think Ryan Garcia, I just don't think he's ready for Tank. I just don't. And I think he's tailor-made for him. It is what it is. But leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. That being said, shout out to everybody across all the continents, all the veterans. Appreciate you all support. Keep cool. As always, I'm in the breeze.